So I found that a lot of people ask, we have this really homogeneous church. We want diversity. How do we get diversity? And it's typically like, what songs do we need to sing? And like, how do we need to preach? And what do we need to tweak? And I found personally, as a pastor of a multi-ethnic church, particularly as somebody who has come quite a journey in learning to value different types of people. I personally grew up in a very homogeneous environment where just living in a pool of sameness, you just didn't have to value other people because nobody else was around, but you're a specific type of person. And so when I moved to the University of Illinois, Champaign, to go to the University of Illinois, I met all different types of people. And not only did I meet them, but the Lord seemed to be pushing me in that direction, making me very uncomfortable, experiencing a huge culture shock. But over time, I gained friendships and I began to get to know these people. And in getting to know them, I began to love them. And getting to love them, I began to like them. And they became my friends. And so through that, I began to value them and what made them different. And so I just don't think multi-ethnic, multicultural ministry will work if you don't ask the Lord to give you a value for different types of people. Because without a value for different types of people, you won't value their experiences. You won't value what hurts them. You won't value, just their collective insight on life. You won't seek understanding. And throughout all of that stuff is where real life happens cross-culturally. And so what I've experienced is the Lord just really taking me down to ground zero, stripping away all that stuff that came upon me as a result of growing up in a pool of sameness, and putting me directly in relationship with people who were different from me. And one of the things that happened as a result of that is I began to be in these relationships where I felt really comfortable saying, hey, why do white people do this? I don't mean that in a funny way, but explain that to me. And I realized that as I was learning them, they were also learning me. And so our collective shared experience is what really helped us to gain some ground, and we see that a lot in our multi-ethnic community. I also happen to be married cross-culturally, which is a whole other deal, And so through the process of being married for 10 years now, we've been able to share a lot of our individual cultural experiences.